I've never told anyone this story online before, mostly because even talking about it brings that same cold feeling back, the one you get when you know you're being watched. This happened about 5 years ago, when I was living alone for the first time. I had just gotten a small one-bedroom apartment on the edge of town. Cheap rent, quiet neighbors, decent area. It felt perfect. Until one night when I realized someone else thought so too. It started small, things anyone could shrug off. A cup slightly moved on the counter. My keys not exactly where I left them. At first I blamed my own memory. Maybe I was just tired after work. Then one morning, I woke up to find the bathroom light on. I always turned it off before bed. But again, I brushed it off. Maybe I'd just forgotten. The real fear began the night I heard it. That slow, deliberate creak from the hallway, right outside my bedroom door. It was around 2:30 a.m., the kind of silence where you can hear your own heartbeat. Then creak, one long, drawn-out sound like someone stepping on the wooden board near the hallway vent. I froze. I didn't even breathe. I lived alone. There shouldn't have been any sound in my hallway. I waited. 10 seconds, 20, maybe a full minute. Then I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. I slowly opened my bedroom door. The hallway was empty. But the smell hit me. A faint mix of sweat and something sour, like damp clothes left too long in a corner. Over the next few days, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. When I'd shower, I swore I'd hear faint movement outside the bathroom. My food started disappearing, not entire meals, just little bits. Half an apple gone, a few bites from bread. I even started locking my bedroom door at night. Then one morning, I woke up and found a dirty footprint in my living room, right in the middle of the carpet. It was small, barefoot, definitely not mine. That's when I knew. Someone had been inside. I called the landlord that day asking if anyone else had access. He said no, only me, but mentioned something strange. Apparently, the previous tenant left suddenly, mid-month, without even taking her deposit. When I asked why, he hesitated. Then said quietly, she claimed someone kept breaking in. But the police never found proof. I should have left then, but I told myself maybe she was paranoid. That night, I decided to search the apartment myself. Every corner, every inch. Nothing in the closets. Nothing behind the shower curtain. But when I got to the kitchen, I noticed the panel under the sink looked off. There were scratches around the edges, like it had been removed before. I got a knife from the counter, pried it open, and felt a rush of stale, warm air. Behind the panel was a narrow crawl space, dark, dusty with the faintest smell of rot, and at the far end, a sleeping bag. I nearly dropped the flashlight. Inside that space were a few old water bottles, a small box of crackers, and a stack of newspaper clippings, all about missing women in the area. My stomach turned. Someone had been living there. I backed away, heart pounding, when suddenly I heard a soft shuffle from behind the panel, like fabric brushing against wood. I slammed it shut and ran straight to the front door, but the deadbolt wouldn't turn. It felt jammed. Then from inside the kitchen I heard a quiet voice. Almost a whisper. You shouldn't have looked in there. I didn't look back. I just threw my weight against the door until it opened and ran outside barefoot, phone in hand, dialing 15. The police arrived a few minutes later. They went inside with flashlights and weapons drawn. When they came out, one of the officers looked visibly shaken. He told me someone had been living there, and not just for a few days. There were food wrappers, clothing, and signs that the crawl space connected to a hidden vent in the laundry area. Whoever it was had an entire hidden pathway through the walls. But here's the part that still keeps me up at night. They never caught him. There were signs someone had escaped through a window that led to the alley. But no fingerprints, no ID, nothing. I moved out that same week. Found another apartment across town. Top floor, multiple locks, no crawl spaces. But sometimes when I'm home alone, I still hear that same slow creak, just once, late at night. It's probably nothing. At least that's what I keep telling myself. If you've ever moved into a new place, check every corner, every vent, every wall, because sometimes the place you think is yours already belongs to someone else. Which story scared you the most? Comment below and subscribe for more true horror stories.